another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. And hello. What's going on? What's going on to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and all of my tea leaf readers, honey. What's your tea? It's another glorious day, my darlings, and you know what time it is, honey. So I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's up? Let me take this damn thing off. We coming on. If y'all saw me earlier, you knew I was at the Skyhawks game, honey. That's our G League for the Atlanta Hawks. So I went to go to the basketball game, and you see this VIP zone access. I'm a season ticket holder. So this is the band that we get when we go in, and it had 2 drink tickets on here. So you get the beer and wine and everything, and I love VIP section. You get that. You got the little tickets or whatever, but you got to get it before the end of the third quarter, honey, because after that they shut everything down. So, but anywho, we are here and we're going to make this thing happen. Honey. Now, Aunt Nikki's not going to be with us today. Hopefully, she's going to be down in the comments, but she said she was going to go to bed. We have a photo shoot tomorrow, and she said she's been up all day. And this, that, and the other. But what's going to happen now that she got Lily back, we're going to have to reset her hours, honey, because what I'm not going to do is be promising y'all she's going to be here and then things that happen. So we're going to have to set a day that she's going to actually be here, and we're going to commit her to that because, you know, life happens, and then we have to alter our schedule. So now that the grandbaby is back, you know, we got all of those responsibilities. You got to get her in school and get her adjusted to homework and got to get readjusted to her hours to put her on the schedule. And that's going to take time. So with all of that, you know, being up late and carrying on, and they got to get up it's not going to work. So we're going to sit down and commit her to a day or 2. And then that there would be that. Okay. Brother Big Red, honey, should be coming in momentarily as he is getting his thing together. All of us have a lot of stuff that we've been doing throughout the day. He's going to be in the photo shoot tomorrow too. So yeah, so I'm just getting back in and making appearances and things, which is cute. I got another game towel. You see that? I got another game towel. This one is from my new boyfriend, honey. We got a new guy on the team. His number 24. His name is Marcus Georges Hunt. Okay, he's hyphenated. So I was like, oh, okay, well, wait a minute, honey. What is this? You know. But yeah, he's the latest new player that we have on the team. And we won tonight, 128 to 109. Them boys was playing tonight, honey. It was some very aggressive basketball this evening. However, one of the things I will say is this: whenever we start to play that aggressively, we do seem to be a little bit more cohesive and carrying on, and we get to actually see them play versus trying to play for style. You know what I mean? I get so sick. Everybody want to make the pretty shots and the this and that and others. And all of that. So this is the College Park Skyhawks. You know, of course, if you don't follow sports, which I don't, However, since we've had the arena and my name was up on that building, honey, I've been into our team, the College Park Skyhawks. And they're new to the league and carrying on and yakety smackety. But it's all great and groovy and things of that nature. So the College Park Skyhawks and their home arena is the College Park Gateway Arena. If you do not know about that, check it out. And they are the G League to our Atlanta Hawks. Okay. So, we will have players that come in that are what they call, what they say, uh, uh, ooh, excuse me, they call him a two side player, whatever. Eventually, what we have people who will play in the G League and then go play with the professional league as well. Okay, which is really cute. Okay, so that there is that. So we're coming up in here, and today, honey, we got some shit that I want to go through. So I want you to get your crumpets together, darling, because we have a lot to go through today, and I'm going to try to be as quick as possible because I got some to get my shirts and stuff ready for tomorrow's photo shoot and things and all of that. So having said all that, honey, what's going on in your world? What's going on in your world? Put it up in the comments and things, and let's get this thing started, okay? Oh shit. I have a new black-owned product that I want to introduce you guys to. I'll do that when I get up and get to take a break or something, because right now I'm the only person here. So when I take a break, I'll go grab my little my new seasoning, honey. It's a black-owned business. I just found out about them yesterday. Raced out to the little store to go get it today so I could taste what this seasoned blend will do. And child, I fried some pork chops earlier today. And when I tell you butt naked seasoning, honey, is the tea. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a little moment. But okay, fine. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see who's here with me, honey. Y'all keep coming in and out. And bam. Okay. I was supposed to be putting on the shirt, but it is so hot in here. Somebody turned the heat all the way up to 90. And then the damn oven was on at the same time. So, honey, I'm having hot flashes and shit and carrying on. We are under winter advisory here in Atlanta and all of Georgia because we got this cold front coming in tonight. So this is going to be rather interesting, darling, on what it is that we do. Don't mind me on that, honey. I was drinking some white Zinfandel, and that's what I used both of my tickets, so they gave me a double shot, right, in the bigger cup. And I still had some left. So they was like, no, I was like, okay, I thought I was leaving. Had the cup in my hand all the time, but forgot it was in my hand. And Charlie said, no, you can't go nowhere until you finish that drink. I said, oh, shit, I forgot it. So I downed it, right? And the girl is starting to take effect. So be that as it may. But let's get into today's show. I call today's show, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Okay, Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. And we're going to get started, my darlings, with a video that some of you may have seen, many of you may have not. You probably heard of it, but I'm going to introduce it to my audience. And that there is Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Supposedly. And Pastor Mike Todd. Are you guys familiar with this? Pastor Mike Todd. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna play this video because this shit just rubbed me the wrong way. And every time that we talk about church and church shenanigans and church theatrics and all this old craziness and carrying on, we end up having to deal with shit like this. Okay. All in the name of trying to teach in parables, trying to teach a lesson and this, that, and other. Now, I will say this is most effective. However, let's play the video and you will understand what I'm talking about.
Changing something and you don't see it clearly
okay.
yet. But you And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What most people would do is turn away.
Hell to the no.
What I'm telling you is just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming. God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand when getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty? I'm gonna say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean, God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty. And do you hear and see the responses of the people? What I'm telling you is how you just reacted is how the people in your life will react when God is doing what it takes for the miracle. What are you saying? This man was blind, and what he was trying to do with this man is give him his DNA.
And y'all see this old craziness? This man took and spit in his, not just a regular, he cankered up a spit. Okay. Okay. Cankered it up, spit in his hand, and then wiped it in that man's face. Okay. Now, number one, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how old this is. I think this is relatively new, actually. Okay. Relatively new. Okay. And in this day and age of COVID-19 and all this other bullshit that we got going on in this world, I don't care how much your faith is. This particular act right here was too much for the world and not enough people. Effective. Oh, effective. But too much for the world and not enough people. And then here's the thing. I can't necessarily be completely mad at the pastor because boyfriend stood there and possibly knew, this is probably rehearsed or discussed or whatever prior to him doing this presentation, right? However, let's talk about this. What is it that you feel you had to do, or why did you feel you had to do this in order to get the people to understand your message? One of the things about tradition and teaching, I'm not going to even put religion on here. One of the things about teaching a lesson is to make it practical so people can understand. According to traditional teachings of Christianity and carrying on, when Jesus spoke in parables. Why? To give you examples so that the story makes sense. Okay. So was this effective? Oh, hell yeah. Disgusting as hell and carrying on. Now, here's the thing. I'm told that there is an apology that went on. Okay. And I'm like, really? Why do we go through all of this if yeah, here it is. Oh, okay. Catch this, y'all. Catch this. This is dated for January 18th. Says here, and this is coming from the Washington Post. Okay. My Pastor Michael Todd spit in his hand and cupped it there for 2 minutes as he continued to preach. Todd held it held it as he finished telling his Tulsa mega church congregation that Jesus Christ had rubbed his own saliva on the blind man's eyes to miraculously give him sight. He held it in one hand and used the other hand to touch the shoulder of the man standing beside him with his eyes closed, God saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally stand when getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty? Or when the getting the vision of might get nasty, Todd asks. Then the pastor of Transformation Church rubbed his hands together, turned to the man, and smeared his spit across the man's face. Parishioners gasped and groaned. Clips of the sermon had gone viral, including one that had been viewed 1.7 million times as of Tuesday morning. People questioned Todd's theatrics as coronavirus infection in Oklahoma have jumped 56% in the past week, according to the Washington Post COVID-19 tracker. Todd has since apologized on Twitter and Facebook, calling his actions disgusting and said they crossed the line. Todd said he's passionate about giving people hope so much that I try to do extreme things. Let me stop right there. No, let me keep going. Let me keep going because see, um, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, because the rest of this shit is other people talking. No, let me jump down here. On Monday, while apologizing for his sermon the day before, Todd joked about what happened when the spit hit the fan, quote unquote. He said he checked in with his brother to see how he was doing after the uproar. I just called him. He was bald before I spit on him, and he's still bald today, so no miracle there. The incident came about 40 minutes into Todd's 2-hour service. He started that part of the sermon referring to Mark 8:22 to 25, a passage in which Jesus and his disciples arrived at the village of Bethesda and are quickly met by people begging him to heal the blind man. Jesus did eventually, but first took the man outside of the village before rubbing his spit on his eyes, thus restoring his sight. Okay, right. Uh, okay. So let me go here. So that's his little half-ass apology and shit, right? Here's what this is, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because this is truly just an emphatic thought and just something that I think is empirical. Okay. Is that the right word? I believe that the young man was I believe that this young man, honey, either had close relations with the pastor or is the pastor's side piece to agree to some shit like this. Okay, number one. Now that's just me coming from the hip. It ain't got to be true. Y'all can sit there and say what you want, and whatever. But for somebody to agree to this kind of shit, that's the first thing. The second thing, this pastor has sat up there, and you just heard him say, "When I love people so much to where I do extreme things." So that means you knew what the fuck it was you were doing. Okay. You can't say, oh, that was disgusting and it went too far because I got caught up in the live or whatever the case, because you already said that this is my MO. I do extreme things. Really. So now why are we here at this particular juncture? And yet you decided to take this that way. And then on top of it, You streamed this. Okay, this is something that the folks saw. Okay, now this particular clip is the clip of it. They just said he had a 2-hour talk. Okay, but you're 40 minutes in, and this is what this was. Okay, so apparently this must have been, the piece of it, because that we don't even know what else to talk about, right? But what does this say to the church? What does this say to the believing body of traditional Christians, that you go to this? And then what is it that you do? Because see, hey, I thought that the good news and the part of going to church or whatever was to make sure that you got the message and that you shared the message with other people. Huh? Is this a message that you shared, or did you go around talking about how disgusting it was? Because now it done turned the stomach, and oh my God, I don't believe he did that. Did this become a gossiping session? And gossiping is a sin, right? So what did we create in this particular moment? Did we create fodder for the blogs and for social media, for folks to do clickbaits and carry on? Is that what we created? Or was this actually a teachable moment? Huh? Okay. Is that what this is? Okay. Is that what this is? So yeah, I'm trying to understand that. Okay, I'm trying to understand it. And why is it that we as people, particularly in the Black church, why do we as people who claim that we want to go to church to hear a word always have to resort to these damn kinds of theatrics? Okay, why? Huh? Why? Because I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm trying to really get into play with this. Hey, Road, what's going on, sister? Okay. So, what's up? Okay. What's up? Why do we resort to these shenanigans? Why does it take this kind of shit to sit there and do this? Are we just that far into a social media craze and trying to get likes and they're trying to get an algorithm to sit down and to say that you're popular and to get folks to sit down and to know that you're a buzz and to get down there to say that you're trending? Is this what this is? I don't understand. I don't understand that. Okay. And I need somebody to help me understand that. Okay, wait a minute. Pardon my indulgence, child. I got to get something to Sunny get along. Okay, there we go. So why do we resort to this kind of foolishness? Okay. And why did he have to take it that far? Okay. The story was already that Jesus was the one that spit in the man. He took the dirt and spit in the dirt and made a paste because he didn't have any water, supposedly, right? Made a paste, and that's what he put on the man's eyes. He didn't put the spit. So are we even telling the story, right? Is the demonstration even done right? Huh? Why? Why? What is it? What was the gain? And then the young man. Let's talk about the young man. Okay. Okay, he agreed. Maybe he agreed. Maybe he thought, well, I'm going to assume that he agreed because I just refuse to believe that the pastor randomly called him out the audience and said, come here. And that as he did that, you randomly stood there. And when that man spit in his hand, okay, and got to talking over that, you absolutely stood there and said, let me do this. Okay. Are you into serving the Lord or are you into serving this pastor? And what was it about that said that was okay? Especially when you say, oh, I like to do stuff to the extreme. Really? And that came out of your mouth, Pastor. You like to do stuff to the extreme. Wow. Okay. And then as everybody's came and saying, we are in COVID. Okay. What do they call it? Flu Rona. Now they're trying to say that the flu and corona, done had a baby. So now it's flu Rona because you can have both at the same time, the flu and corona. And it's crazy. Okay. But you decided that it was okay to spit in your hand and canker it up and then rub it in this man's face. Really? Okay. And how many parishioners uh, left that particular church? Well, we don't know yet, do we? Because that just happened this past Sunday. So we'll see what happens or who comes back, right? Hmm. Okay. Which means that folks, by right, you're supposed to go and withdraw your membership, huh? You're supposed to go to the pastor and be like, no, I'm no longer a member here. You're supposed to withdraw your membership. Okay. And they're supposed to give you a letter of release. See. And that when you go to find another church home, honey, that's how you are supposed to leave a church. Okay. And be a free agent, if you will. Okay. Yeah. What you say, Road? It wasn't okay. It was disgusting. I would never go to a church like that. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Oh, and see, I'm gonna tell you, I'm having flashbacks with that because, you know, I feel as though for somebody to spit in your face or to sneeze in your face or to whatever, that is completely disrespectful. Completely and utterly disrespectful, which means you have no sense of who I am as an individual and as a human being. You disregarded my humanness because your thought is that okay, we're gonna tell the spiritual lesson. See, but did you consider his reputation? Did you consider the backlash he might get? As I said in the beginning, honey, I really believe that he and the dude might be fucking around on the side. Okay. And if that's the case, honey, how come you couldn't protect your trade? Okay. Why was it that you couldn't be the one to protect your trade, child? Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on now, somebody. Come on. Talk to me. Talk to me about this craziness. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that open right there because child, I just can't, I cannot, and I will not accept. I just will not accept that. You see this? Remember when I told y'all you just can't let any and everybody pray for you, and in this case, not even the pastor, because a bullshit move like that says to me, honey, that you're not willing, and you're not capable, and you're not ready to sit down there to intercede for me in any kind of prayer service or whatever, because you're trying to tell a story and did some outlandish shit. Okay, but here's why I say that he knew the guy because they said that the names was already there. They done named the little miracles or whatever. Really? Okay. Yeah. What you say, Michael? It seems like they can only repeat those scriptures and stories so many times that now they got to start acting things out. Okay. Okay. I have to agree with that to some degree. Okay. I'm gonna have to just let that be. I'm gonna have to let that happen because what else? What else? What else? I mean, how do you? No, not how do you top it, but what can be done? What can be done unless you sit up there passing out appointments and say Jesus is gonna come down from heaven on this day? Be ready. Okay, he coming to this church. Y'all want to talk to Jesus? He coming right here. Okay, so I'm having issues with that. I'm really having issues with it. Okay, let's go on to the next story because my eyes are getting tired, and I know it's that damn wine. 'Cause I told you I had to gulp it down real quickly, and I could have just set the bitch down since I didn't pay for it. But I was like, no, I don't want to abuse this because it was going so well with my with my pasta and things. Okay, here's the other topic. Here's a couple of other topics that I wanted to weigh in on this weekend because they made headlines. Okay, how many of you know about Princess Estate? Okay, it has finally been given a value. Okay, and in it, and its value, they have estimated that Prince valuation of his materials is $156.4 million. Okay, now clock this because this is what I found to be very very interesting. Okay, um, Mr. Man um wants to go through and Mr. Man being the government goes through and they assess the estate finally after all these years, and they say that it is worth the money. Right, I quoted y'all the figure 156.4 million. But catch this: they're trying to say that there's a penalty because he died and his estate did not handle the appeal in a close match so that the state and the federal government could get their money back. Right, here's where this get ugly. Okay, not only was the federal government taking $6.4 million, they also slapped a 40% tax increase on all of that land. I'm gonna say that one more time. Okay. The IRS is claiming that the taxes owed on Prince's estate equates to being 40% of his estate that he got to pay because he's in the mortgage and stuff. But the state does not play when it comes down to them getting their money and their accountability and carrying on. So it's like really because not only is there the standard stuff, but then I got penalties and things. Yeah. Okay. Let me play that song for you, honey. Okay, I'm gonna play that song for you that I pulled from them. Oh, come on, mouse. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay. So that I tell you what, when I first read the story, I read it a few days ago, and I was like, no, 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 no. You've got to be kidding. We are not going to relive this all over again. And that's exactly what has happened. We have become a people who want to live a dream and live in a fantasy without checking your reality. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to find this definition of empirical. Okay. Empirical. Um, shit. Wait a minute. Anyway, it's in here. I'm just trying to pull it up and things so that I could get the show to go smoothly. But at the same time, honey, smooth is never my middle name. But based on this definition, and this is coming from the Oxford Languages Dictionary, it says based on, concern with, or verifiable by observation and experience rather than theory or pure logic. They provided considerable empirical evidence to support their argument, end quote. That's the example that they use to understand the word empirical. And I said that I believe Tracy's vision for the city is empirical. Okay, because of being a former um, um, councilman. Wait a minute, did I just lose my train of thought? I did. Oh shit. I hate when I'm talking too fast and I'm losing my train of thought. But anyway, um, 40% of this man's estate is going to taxes, plus the $6.4 million penalty. Somebody tell me what taxes does that make sense? I was trying to tie in something with the College Park thing, and I threw myself off. So I just disregard that. Let's go just into this whole 40% taxes. 40% tax. Ooh. What is, what is it about our government to where your life's work and your life savings and carrying on don't give a fuck about whether your kids or nothing or your family members or whatever? It's always felt as though that when someone dies, and if there was no will created, then usually the government just throws something on there and carry it on, the way that they do, and blah blah blah. But what is this thing about this whole tax shit? Why is it that the death tax and or the luxury tax, 'cause that's the other one, you have a luxury tax, sugar? Did you know that? For those who buy high-end items, okay, the high-end items that are that require insurance and carrying on. So um yeah, you have the luxury tax, you have a gift tax, you have, just all the damn taxes. Okay. Where on this planet does this say that anybody's supposed to give you 40% of what they raised? Huh? That doesn't even compute. It doesn't compute. And yet we on this whole kitten caboodle, honey, of uh, trying to make something out of nothing, trying to something call a tradition, trying to do whatever. What on this planet says that when you pass on or whatever, that they got to keep most of your shit, or at least try to liquidate and say keep most of your cash, and then they make you the bad guy and sit down there and tell you that they don't start paying the service astronomical amounts of money. Okay. And this that I'm mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay. So again, talk to me, children. How is it that we have allowed ourselves to get into this particular place where we are paying 40% taxes on bullshit? I'm not saying the house is bullshit or whatever, but I'm like, where in on this land does it say that my taxes are supposed to be everything? Do y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock? And the thing was about uh the taxes. Remember with the king and Karen, no more king, no more king, no more king, no more king. Rocking and a rolling, splishing and a splashing over the horizon. What can it be? Looks like it's going to be a free country. Remember that? And they had the taxes and carrying on. And we were fighting for taxes and not one had to pay taxes to, the queen and this, that, and the other. But yet, everything about this society, honey, is built around what? A motherfucking tax. To where Prince's estate is being taxed at 40%. And did I just lose the goddamn article? I did. That's what I did. So I'm sitting up here doing too much. And I wanted to read this article. Um, um, yeah, I wanted to read this. This is on Black America Web. And here we go. I just refound it. Okay, let me read this to y'all because I had pulled it up, and then I had forgot why I pulled it up. That's the wine talking, y'all. Okay. Hold on, let me bring Red up in here because I see he done came in. Hey. Okay,
What's going on?
hey, I'm finna read this article about Prince's estate. They finally gave it a valuation. Okay.
Okay.
It says here, this is coming from blackAmericaweb.com, and this is dated for, what's the date on this thing, Chad?
Okay. What up, Rose?
I don't see a date on it, but you can go get it. Okay. After years of legal battles and who gets what family drama following the unfortunate 2016 death of pop icon Prince, his estate has finally been settled and officially given a multi-million-dollar value to be split between publishing company Primary Wave and his surviving heirs. As reported recently by the Minneapolis Star Tribune, the International Revenue Service has come to an agreement with Comerica Bank and Trust, the estate's administrator, to value Prince's legacy at a whopping $156.4 million. The legendary singer, who died on April 12th due to an overdose of the fatal opioid fentanyl, didn't set up a will before his untimely passing. The past 6 months have seen lawyers and consultants racking up tens of millions in order to properly administer who is owed to Prince's 6 sibling heirs. Two have since died, two others are in their 80s and possibly approaching their final years. Okay. It says here, in the end, the estate would be almost evenly divided between a well-funded New York music company, Primary Wave, and the 3 oldest of the music icon's 6 heirs of their family. The IRS and Comerica settled last spring on the real estate portion of Prince's estate, but the trigger task of valuing intangible assets such as rights to do Prince music were not completed until October. The value of this settlement, $156.4 million, was disclosed Friday in a filing in Carver County Probate Court. As part of this agreement, the IRS dropped a $6.4 million accuracy-related penalty it had levied on Prince's estate. The Minneapolis Department of Revenue, which agreed on the estate's valuation, also joint-setted an accuracy penalty, the filing said. The 2 collectors were to take a bite out of Prince's fortune that will run into tens of millions of dollars. A bit more than $5 million of Prince's estate would be exempt from tax under the federal law, but therefore the tax rate is 40%. In Minneapolis, the first $3 million is tax exempt. After that, much of Prince's estate would likely have been taxed at 16%.
You know,
Okay.
thirsty
That's a hell of a drop, huh?
all these thirsty, hungry motherfuckers got nothing to do with Prince. Trying to put their hands in his motherfucking pockets while he gone. You know what? Fuck y'all, Minneapolis.
Okay, wait, hold on, because this is where it gets good. This is where it gets good.
Some Julie motherfuckers. I hate motherfucking IRS and all the rest of them bastards. You sit around trying to figure out how to motherfucking leech off for everybody else.
Wait a minute. What did I stop at? I'm gonna start here. As part of the agreement, the IRS dropped a $6.4 million accuracy-related penalty it had levied on Prince's estate. The Minnesota Department of Revenue, which agreed to the state's evaluation, also has jettisoned an accuracy penalty, the filing said. The tax collectors will take a bite out of Prince's fortune that will run into tens of millions of dollars. A bit more than $5 million of Prince's estate will be exempted from taxes under the federal law, But thereafter, the tax rate of 40%.
Meech, I heard you the first time.
40%. In Minnesota, the first 3 million is tax exempt.
Tax exempt.
After that, much of Prince's estate will be taxed at 16%. Okay.
All right, let's not read that no more. I'm mad.
I'm still trying to understand what the fuck, what says that the state and them supposed to get 40%.
The crooked ass United States. There's always got some motherfucking goddamn something written somewhere deep off in a book showing where it's okay for them to take what don't belong to them.
Okay. I'm really trying to understand all that. I'm trying to get it. And you know, it goes back, you know, when I talk about you know, the lottery, y'all have heard me tell the story before. When you get the real big money, you know, them hundreds of millions and carrying on. And okay, so you opt to take the cash payout, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember in Michigan, this one particular couple won 300 and some odd million. Okay. When they decided to give me the one-time payment, okay, and after taxes, them children ended up having 300 some odd million dollars in taxes because they only walked away with 66 million dollars out of 300 and some odd million. It was like a high three, like 360, 370 something. It
How
was
the fuck you get less than 100 million out of 300 million paid to motherfuckers that ain't got nothing to do with it?
And every time I said that or talked about it, it was like, well, that's more than what you had when you came in. I said, that's not the point. The point is they got hit with all them fucking taxes. Where or what are the fuck you paying for to where $300 million
turn into less than 100?
Mm. Mm.
Crooked ass motherfucker, boy. Woo! Shakalaka boom.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, when I saw that, I was like, are you fucking playing with my nerve and affection right now?
Ooh, baby. Ow! No.
I'm we'll move on to the next story, Chad. We'll move on.
No, baby. What we had was good. How come you fucking with my money? Still.
Okay. Now let's go here. Let's change the subject a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh my God, my brother. I am so sorry.
Let's do this. Just to change the subject. How many of y'all are ready for Star Jones to come back to television?
I didn't miss her. Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
Look, Star Jones Jr. I am.
Right. Ready for Star Jones. Well, Star Jones is coming back to television soon, and she's going to be the new presiding judge over divorce court.
That don't sound good. That don't even sound healthy. Who swore her in? She gonna be the Judge Judy of divorce court.
Yeah.
Sir, shut your mouth.
Right. Okay. Oh, Lord. Says here, Star Jones to return to daytime TV as judge on Divorce Code will replace Faith Jenkins. This is coming from People Magazine,
Hey,
y'all.
what happened with Faith?
What is it? What is the date?
Hey, what happened with Faith?
Okay. I'm finna tell you in a second. Okay. Um, says here, since the beginning, I'm quoting, since the beginning of my TV career, it's been my mission to serve as a voice for the voiceless, said Jones, an attorney and one of the original co-hosts on The View. Star Jones is headed back to television in the courtroom beginning in September. Jones, 59, will serve as the new host and judge of Divorce Court, will replace Judge Faith Jenkins, who joined TV's largest running court show in 2020. Jones, a former New York City homicide prosecutor and current attorney, will preside over all of the cases that get brought to mediation on divorce court, ranging from divorce proceedings to other domestic disputes. Before I get the legal correspondence for NBC News covering high profile trials and conducting exclusive jailhouse interviews, I spent 6 years in a Brooklyn courtroom as a New York City homicide prosecutor and assistant district attorney, Jones said in a statement. Since the beginning of my TV career, it's been my mission to serve as a voice for the voiceless. The damn, I just lost my, yeah, the voice for the voiceless. And after more than 30 consecutive years on television and in people's homes, that remains true, end quote. Jones continued, quote, as a fan of television's longest-running court show, I was honored to be considered to take over the divorce court TV bench, following in the footsteps of three incredible women, Judge Maybelline Ephraim, Judge Lynn Tolliver, and Judge Faith Jenkins. Concluding her statement, Jones said, I will offer the parties before divorce court, as well as viewers, a no-nonsense approach to the law and a decision driven by my proven legal expertise, compassion, and empathy. Personal experience is a hard-earned income, uh, and hard-earned income, common sense. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay,
Okay.
this is what I heard. I heard after I've been putting hardened criminals and goons and shit in the slammer for over years, destroying motherfucking niggas' lives, putting their ass under the jail, I want to come back on TV and doggone cause wreak havoc in a holy matrimonial situation and make sure that men get their just dessert.
Well,
that's what I heard.
Okay, that way. Okay. Well, she's had a court show before. You know.
But was she getting a chance to be a man beater?
No.
Okay. Stand by.
You stay. Wait a minute. Okay. Star Jones as a judge. I can't even not Star Jones. Yes, Star Jones, honey. Okay. So, wow. Okay. Just wow.
Wow.
Okay. See,
you know what that sounds like to me?
Well,
P Valley coming back and I play Uncle Clifford. You know what I'm saying? It don't even sound right.
No. No, because Clifford's road, honey, he ended up kissing me in the mouth and carrying on. He get fucked.
I'm not doing that. That'll be a no.
A hard no.
No, a soft one.
Okay. So yeah, so Star is coming back to TV. My whole thing is, do you think that she got the chops to make it to even make the ratings go?
Nope.
You know, I've seen her other court show that she had back in the early in the mid 90s, I think it was.
What does that smell?
I thought it was pretty cool. You know, she was very fair.
I got some cake at home.
And she weighed, you know, this, that, and the other. But, you know, here, divorce court, when you're talking about emotions and carrying on, and yeah, I think you might be right. She's going to be the Judge Judy of divorce court.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. I say, all right. Let me take a break here. When we come back, we're going to get into a couple other things that I think would interest you. Okay. I'll be right back.
Hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your company together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Have you tried Big Rob popcorn? It's a wonderful anytime snack that everyone will love. Available in 3 flavors. Grown and Sexy, which is the perfect mix of cheddar, cheese, and caramel. Sugar Shack, a fruitful flavored mix of watermelon and apple. So delicious and good. How about spicy butter and white cheddar? Everyone loves it. That's why it's called good. All Big Rob snacks are manufactured in an FDA-approved facility and flash sealed for freshness, safety, and worldwide delivery. To order, call or text 937-367-8650. That's 937-367-8650. Or contact Big Rob via Instagram at Hey Big Rob. As the holidays approach, take advantage of the holiday special. Purchase more than 2 bags and receive a free CD. Call or text 937-367-8650 to place your order now. Big Rob popcorn, the perfect snack that you will love. It's so delicious.
Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570.
Please wear your mask. Wear your mask. It is very important for you to put on that mask. This is not no joke, and this is not no rundown. Wear your mask. If you vaccinated or not, throw on that mask and stop lying, telling people you vaccinated and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You over trying to get people sick. Stop lying, saints.
Hear the music.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Put on that mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Put on that mask.
I'm Marquise, baby.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Put on that mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Put on that mask. It is very important. Put on that mask. Put on that mask. Put on that mask. It is very important. And stop lying, telling people you vaccinated, and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You over trying to get people sick. Trying to get people sick. You over trying to get people sick.
Hey, you want to be a part of God's plan? Look at this angel. That's right, the shine, the sheen. You can only get that at Royal Extensions. Hit us up at Royal Extensions, www.royalextensionsatlanta.com or IG Royal Extensions 20. If you want to have the same thing as God's plan, you get it right here at Royal Extensions.
All right, and we are back. Were your mass. Were your mass.
Hey, I'm going to do a commercial with a bunch of white people dancing. It's going to be like, where's your ass? Where's your ass?
I'm not with you. No. No. Oh. I am not. Listen, we got a new black product. Let me introduce to y'all, honey. So, listen, children. I came across this product just yesterday because I was on the Everything's College Park Facebook page, right? And so this particular brother had put on there, and he had been around to different stores, primarily Wayfield and Little Giant Market, which is a fruit and vegetable, fruit and vegetable market, and carrying on. And he created his own seasons blend, right? His name is Chef. Is it Michael or Matthew? But it's called. See that? Butt naked. Butt naked. Okay.
Butt naked.
Creole dust. Okay. Let me give him a little Vanna White on, honey. Okay. You see that? Mm-hmm. Now, let me tell y'all something. I just fried me up some pork chops today. Okay. And
you got butt naked.
Let me tell you about did I get butt naked? Okay. Baby. Now this particular blend, his blend, and I think this is what the trick is. Because when you read the ingredients and carry on that's in here, you're like, okay, so what's different? Because I've seen this before. But I think it is, how he rashes out to make the dust. The Creole dust, the butt naked Creole dust. When I put these on this damn pork chops, honey, I'm going to tell you.
What'd they do?
This motherfucker here, what I love about it is that it's an even coating. You don't have to be heavy-handed with this, like most folks, because I know we all get to where it ain't seasoned if you don't see the red, like it got to be red through and through. And that's not necessarily the case. You can sit down here and because you're seasoning both sides. So you don't have to be heavy-handed with this. And this is what I like about it. The flavor in these damn pork chops, honey, is unfucking believable. It is unbelievable, honey. And here's the ticket. I sat down and I did not season my flour because I wanted to get into the seasoning, right? I did not season my flour, okay? And I'm telling y'all, honey, this here this ain't no joke. This is not a joke, child. But I'm trying to see if we can get him to come on the show and talk about his product. I'm gonna save his story of how this came about until he comes on the show. But yeah, butt naked.
So what you saying is you gotta not cover up the meat in order to get it butt naked.
Right. Shut up, fool. Okay. You just dusting it, honey. Okay, you just put you dusting it. Okay, we'll do and things, you know, just like you lotioning it down, honey. You getting butt naked and lotioning it down, honey.
Hey, family.
Okay.
Tell your mother, start up the car. We're gonna get butt naked.
Okay.
Butt naked.
Okay. So yeah, this I'm telling you. Now, right now, I'm not sure if he has national distribution. I know if you're in Georgia, particularly here in Atlanta, Wayfield, he has those stores. He has Little Giant markets here in Atlanta, and they're on the shelves. He does have a website, and I think it's buttnaked.com. But let me pull it up because I should have had that ready, but I forgot what it was.
Hey, you know what he should come out with next?
What?
He should come out with beef broth and chicken broth and call it stock naked.
Okay. What you say? Stock naked instead of okay. Oh, okay. Well, he has his email on here, his Yahoo email. But I was just on the website earlier. Yes, I had to put my glasses on, honey, because shit, a bitch sitting up here, my eyes trying to cross.
Well,
the damn print is too small. Okay. But naked.
So I heard you got down on the floor today with the men's.
What?
Did you get down on the floor today with the athletes?
No. Let me tell you what happened. My ass got there and had to pull up my ticket, right, so I could get in. Do you know I'm sitting up here fidgeting and that their internet went out? And so my phone kept saying I had no internet service. So it took me like 20 minutes to get into the thing so I could get my ticket so that I can go sit down in my chair. So I had missed being co-captain, but they told me they'd give me another day.
Oh, wow.
And I'm evil. But you missed earlier. I got a new game towel.
Oh, Lord. Who you seduce?
Oh, number 24. My new boyfriend, honey. He's not my husband. This is the boyfriend, honey. Okay, number 24, honey. Mr. Marcus Georges Hunt. He's new to the team, child. And that boy was popping some motherfucking 3-pointers. They were so goddamn pretty. It was crazy. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Where do you come from, sugar? Okay. And so, yeah, honey, I said, 24, which incidentally, honey, folks used to call me 24 back in the day. Okay. And so he said, well, I said, let me get your game towel. He said, what? I said, let me have your game towel. He said, you want this? I said, yeah. So he took it off. He handed it to me. I said, thank you.
Puss,
bitch. Yeah. Okay.
What up, Scott? What up, Scott?
Okay. Just, oh my Lord. Hey, Charles. Okay. Yes, honey. So I got the game towel today. Now listen. Let's go in here because I want to play y'all something that I think is going to be a bigger conversation. Okay. Oh, you know what, Red? You missed us talking about the pastor who spit in his hand and rubbed it on the board.
No, I know. I don't want to be a part of that because I saw it when it happened. No. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. No.
What?
No. Because it would have took all 12 of Jesus' disciples to get me off his ass. No.
Bay and B, honey. Let me tell you something, a nasty motherfucker. I now you missed that he had an apology. He came back and apologized and made a whole big Twitter about talking about, oh, it was disgusting and this, that, and the other. Bitch, you knew that when you did that shit. So why is it disgusting now? It was disgusting when you did it.
I know. I'm gonna tell you it's so much interline bullshit in some churches, bro. He probably was sleeping with that man's wife. You know what I'm saying? It just You know,
he's just sleeping with his wife. My whole thing is this. I think, honey, that they fucking, because ain't no way that boy gonna sit up there and do that without prior approval first. You can't tell me you randomly selected that boy to come out of the audience and say, come help the pastor. No, that's number one. Number two, child, y'all been spitting on each other when you're fucking because there ain't nothing new.
Hallelujah. Next.
Okay. Choking each other out and killing on that. Okay, now let's call it what it is. Because, child, I'm not buying that. And then in the interview, he told myself, well, you know, I'm just so passionate about teaching the people and being a man of God to where I do get extreme. You know that, honey. You know that. So what the fuck is this half-ass apology? No.
Go face. Okay, so this is what you're saying. You see this young lady here?
Okay.
I'm going to show you how close we are, okay? This is my child, okay? And the stuff that he was trying to show in that demonstration, I'm going to show you just how close we are. And I told you who she was, correct?
Right.
You ready?
Right.
Did I make my point?
Okay.
Okay. I didn't have to tell her nothing. She knew what I was going to do.
Okay. So, yeah. Now, listen, did I share it? Damn it, hold on. I'm trying to share this particular page. Hold on, somebody's trying to call me. Oh, wait a minute. Shit, no, text me. Text me because you may want to come play.
No.
Let me hurry up with this goddamn show.
Hey, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go to your room.
Exactly.
No.
Let me share this because see, I think this is going to have a bigger conversation than this. Than what this is. Gabrielle Union has shared a trailer that she did on TikTok. And in the trailer, she talks about when they taped and was filming Bring It On. Okay? But y'all take a listen to this. Just take a listen to this.
Story time. So we shot these snippets that you see here after the movie wrapped because once test audiences saw the movie, they wanted more of the Clovers. So we shot these only for the trailer, not for the movie, to make people think we were in the movie more than we were. The end.
Okay. So how about that? Okay, how about that? Okay.
Hey, Miss Johnson, is that you? Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson. Lord is my shepherd, and he know what I want. Hey, Miss Johnson.
So she says, yeah, so they filmed the snippets only for the trailer so that it would seem as though the Clovers, all the black folks, was in the movie more than what they were in the movie. Okay. So that's marketing, that's propaganda. Okay. And etc. And they did that because when they were shopping the movie and did the test audience says that they wanted to see more of the Clovers.
The hell?
Okay, so what do y'all think about that? Okay, how is it, that we deal with this in Hollywood or even in our movies,
Oh, I am getting tired of you niggas want more and more.
Okay then, Country Bumpkin.
I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, let me introduce myself. My name is Hollywood Hogwash. And at Hollywood Hogwash, my job is to doggone point you niggers in Hollywood into the right direction, which is back to Africa. Okay, look, let me explain. If you don't have a couple of old nose and then mind your motherfucking business when we write a script, okay? Hollywood Hogwash. We out. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Meech. But yeah, this is...
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking my motherfucking head. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't shake your head too much. It's pretty big.
And I done watched that movie 1,000 times. Okay.
And you know all the moves.
Okay. But how is that? Let's look at that from a standpoint because, this here reminds me of a film that they did back in, is it the late 50s, early 60s? Where when I first saw this, honey, I was flabbergasted because I was like, what the fuck is this? And what it was a marketing tool that they created to show merchandisers how to market or sell to the Negro.
Really?
Okay, did y'all see that? Did y'all ever see that? Okay.
Whoa. You talking about when they was talking about the amount of chains, money, and different stuff to put in I know what you're talking about. It's about the attraction of the Afro-American or the urban mind. This stuff. I know exactly what you're talking about because you just said when you just said it, I thought about the shit that I saw. God damn it, what's the name?
Here's what's sale.
You got it?
Yeah, I've had to play just a small little clip of it.
Because I showed them when I heard this, I was outdone.
I'm fixing to play a small little clip of it. Okay.
You know that where I heard that at?
Well,
at school.
Oh, okay.
You know, one of our teachers was down to earth about that life.
Right. Okay. Can y'all see this?
Yep, that's it.
Psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives.
Okay.
Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made. So remember, The Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't tell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
The Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The Negro buys by brand, he buys quality, and he doesn't like to be switched at point of sale. These are the keys to selling the Negro customer.
According to leading researchers, in proportion to population and income, Negroes buy more quality products than any other comparable United States group.
Okay.
We've all seen signs in front of shops, restaurants, and factories. We're hiring. Help wanted.
Oh,
And now
Lord.
the Omicron variant is taking a toll.
Oh,
on the
have
already
mercy,
working
children.
workers.
Wait a minute, let me
wonder
stop
how
this
there can be
video.
So many open jobs when nearly every employer seems to be off.
Yeah.
So what, okay. So let's say we took this concept, right?
Yeah.
And applied it to every retail situation or services of sale. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say if you was talking to a pimp, right? His career is prostitution.
Uh-huh.
So if you went to this pimp and you said, you know what? I'm not feeling the doggone Buy Felicia package. I want the Rihanna, Beyonce top shelf edition.
Right.
But he says your money only qualifies you to get a Kelly Rowland.
Oh, okay. Not come on.
So do you get it because there's quality in the Kelly Rowland, but it's not exactly designer?
Okay.
So they're saying that's how we would shop. So you would give up your Rihanna Beyonce experience to get the Kelly Rowland because you don't want to pay as much. So you want to get something that looks just like it.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is the case, and black people are such geniuses in the world who created so much, right? And they're so fond of Cadillac back in the day, every time they get their money, why they didn't come out with a company like, you know, like a lack?
I'm sitting up here, my eyes are closed, and I'm shaking my head because I'm at a point now to where it's like, wow. And that was marketing propaganda, and it was.
And who said it was okay for them to advertise it like that?
How about that? Okay, but now mind you, this is back in the 60s, so this is where, you know, they were showing you that black folks were middle class and had a little bit of coin, and this child said blackalicious.
Okay, but Meech, she funny. Let me just, but Meech, let me explain something. Let's say right now, let me think of somebody we know that's just straight. Let's talk about CBS. Okay.
All right.
So what if we were to do a how to sell plaid lumberjack shirts to crackers commercial? It'll be all kind of controversy across the world.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should do the butt naked commercial and sell it to the white networks. And we do the commercial and we say, it's time for you crackers to put some clothes on.
Oh, very interesting concept.
It's a double play edge on words. You know, they don't season their food. But if they get butt naked, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, really, what's the difference between a raw pork chop and a white person?
Child.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Hush.
I'm just saying. You ever took a good look at a hot dog when you took it out the package?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you say nothing crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm telling the truth. I ain't saying nothing crazy. It's just that on both ends of it, sometimes they close them up at the end, and sometimes they look like a butthole, and the other times they look like a pee-pee hole. So I'm trying to. But then, they shape it in this erect object. So if the hot dog is standing straight up like this, right?
And they plump when you cook them. Stop. Okay.
And sometimes they bust open. You ever watch a hot dog when you grill it and it busts open and the stuff squirt up out of it?
I'm done.
Exactly. It's done.
Wait, I wasn't ready. That oh shit! That actually shook me. That just shook me. Okay. And they split, you nasty dudes. Okay. Fired. I'm your new co-host. Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Baby. Here's what this is. You know, for me, and looking at what Gabrielle was saying. And when she said that, like I said, it reminded me of that particular clip. But how is it and why is it that we end up falling for the trap? Because we see it coming. We know a lot of times that certain things are marketed towards us. You know, we know it. You know, we know when. Listen, and Dr. Marla, I want to know your thoughts on this. How did y'all feel when Kirk Franklin and whichever group he was with at the time did that stupid ass commercial for Church's Chicken? Church's Chicken. I was like, what? And I'm gonna tell y'all, what threw me off about it was the fact that it was like art imitating life, imitating art. What's the name of the damn movie with Eric LaSalle and he was playing? You ain't gonna put nothing else in that freezer, honey. Huh? Put it in the back of the refrigerator. Ain't nothing else going up in that refrigerator. You put it behind the milk and everything, because I keep that cold in the back.
That's right. Hey, you can't get in the front, hit it from the back.
What was the name of the movie? Eric LaSalle was playing the marketing executive, and he got kidnapped by the militia character because they told him he was selling out.
The Drop Squad.
Huh?
Was it Drop Squad?
That's it. Because he was so busy trying to be this grand old marketing executive. Okay. But all of the shit that he was doing, you know, when it came down to doing shit for the black commercials and carrying on,
it was Sambo.
Sambo the fuck out, you know. And it was like, what is this? You know? And right after that movie came out was when this damn Church of Chicken commercial came out with Kurt Franklin. I said, well, I'll be damned. You know, we never thought about how all of the billboards and stuff about Colt 45 malt liquor and stuff was always in our neighborhoods. When you went out into the suburbs, they never had no damn billboard that said Colt 45 with Billy G. Williams out there on those billboards. Well, if they did, it was Lowenbrow with the man on the motherfucking horse.
Hey, did you know some regions of the United States? I bet you didn't know this. You know how it's like every now and then you see a liquor commercial on TV,
right?
Not a beer, but a liquor commercial, right? Did you know in some regions of the United States that is illegal?
Oh, really? That I didn't know.
To run a liquor commercial, you can run beer and wine.
I didn't know that.
Little known fact.
Okay.
But if you do remember, let's talk about millionaires that sell out in the Sambo way, right?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to your boy, Mr. HIV went away magically, Magic Johnson, okay? If you remember his first advertisements, they didn't even allow him to sound like an educated black man that had it all together. His commercials used to come on, "Hi, I'm Magic Johnson." And then that guy died like he had a mouthful of shit.
Right.
And I used to be like, why didn't they let him go out like that?
Right.
Even I was younger and recognized that wasn't a good way to represent yourself as an Afro-American man that's trying to teach younger generations what to do.
Mm-hmm. What about B.O. with the Jello pudding pops?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What the?
Okay, with the pudding pops. Yeah, I need to go sit down somewhere. Okay, but here is, I want to get into and I wish I had someone on here. See, when we have topics like this, I need to get like experts who people who do this. I need marketing executives who will sit down here and why is it that black folks become the golden goose? Well, we already know. It has been said, and I know it's something else I want to talk about. I just thought about something. It has been said that black folks spend like, what is it, 2.5 or 1.8 trillion dollars in this economy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I said if we really want to stop screaming and crying and kicking about bullshit, how about you just don't spend 1 red cent for 48 hours?
You know what? And as much as I love that idea, the problem comes in when you get folks who end up coming into money and ain't never had it or never had that in one lump sum.
But 48 hours,
crazy. I talk about my daughter all the time because when she got that first stimulus check, all that heifer heard was $1,200. Yeah. All she heard was $1,200. And when I tell you we went into goddamn Walmart and we had 2 baskets full of shit.
For what?
Because child, she had to get every goddamn patty pie. She wanted to make sure she got something for her mama. Then she remember, the Roku. Ooh, let's get the Roku. I'm gonna get one for my mama. And I had to stop her. Because I just saw the light bulb go off and she said, "Ooh, I need a computer." That bitch went racer. I said, "Bitch, if you put one more thing in any one of these cars."
That's a classic cliche that I'm really ashamed of in the Afro-American community because so much money comes through our hands.
Right. And a lot of times, when folks who don't have it and they get it, like a lump sum of money like that, which is why when they hit the lottery or come into, look at tax season. Tax season is everything, child. When folks get their income taxes back, child, the world, our economy, they build that shit for that.
Man, I know a guy, an older gentleman. When I was growing up, he was he all had the old head, that the retired guy that was kind of young, but he was still retired. He was older in the neighborhood.
Okay.
He had the nice house, tuck point, good roof, manicure lawn. He hit the lot. He hit the lotto. That's what they called it then, which is now the Mega Million. Same thing. So hit the lotto.
Okay, right.
Got that million. Meet. Just a little over a year, he was broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
How, Sway?
Because listen, if you sit up there flossing,
but you already had everything. He was already a homeowner, already had a nice car.
Yeah.
He didn't have no overhead. He was older, all his kids grown.
But if you sitting up there at that particular point, having that kind of money, and now you can do, folks that ran at you, and you can do, because now you Captain Save-A-Ho. Okay. And you can do, child, trust me. This is why I know everything in my spirit telling me this is how come I don't have the money that I want to have. Because every time I've had money, I was supposed to have I was supposed to have a vehicle 10 years ago. But 3 times I had the damn money, and I was setting aside the car. The child over here behind me, I was going to buy his guy. He had a Lincoln. He wanted $2,200 for that motherfucker. Here, that bitch was pretty. She was gold, like a rose gold. Oh, with white leather interior, child. That bitch was pretty. Okay. I didn't get a chance to test drive or whatever, but I kept looking at her and I said, okay, I'm going to get this money from these taxes, honey. I have enough to do this. But then somebody said something to me that brought me pause. Okay. And she said, sweetheart, you sit up there thinking about a car because you're thinking about having a car, but you never thought about the upkeep of the car. And she said, and that's a Lincoln. Honey, ain't nothing about them damn repairs cheap. Okay. And when she said that to me, it brought me pause. Okay. Because I was hell bent on it. And then by the time I looked at it again, he had took the price up to $3,600. Okay. And at that point, I said, no, you're not getting $3,600 from me. And I just saw it much less than that. See, now you're trying to have a bidding war because folks got to asking about it. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. And so, and then, and that was that. But my point is that having a lump sum of money, I have given it away. I was supposed to buy a car, and the car money that I had, I gave it away. Folks needed help. Folks coming for me for this. Helping them out of a bind, not getting the money back or got it back in fucking pieces. You couldn't give it back to me the way I gave it to you. You're giving it back to me in pieces. Okay. And carrying on and dwindling down and everything, honey.
I helped somebody one time real big, and they kept screwing up their own self and have to keep getting themselves together. But I ended up doing some, I did some white folk stuff. I knew they was gonna lose their house, so I put a lien on their house.
Oh, how about that? To say, now that's that, yeah.
So the people who are gonna try to snatch your house from you, they gotta pay me out.
Exactly.
And that'd be your debt paid.
See? What she said, but you have to look at our people aren't used to having money. You know what? It's something, Lola. Yes, we are. We used to having money because shit, we have money to do any and everything that we want to do. What has happened is that we're not used to having it in one lump sum like that. Because we have money all the time. That lump sum, because a lot of folks don't realize how $1,200 is. But shit, when you sit down there and look at your paycheck, if you're getting paid twice a week, you're only getting 2 paychecks a month. Okay, so you know what that money is because you take your paycheck and times it by 2 to tell you how much you done made for the month.
The average person, by the time they're 35, that has a steady, normal work life,
Yeah.
That grew up, had the job, their first job,
Right.
Their cash job. Then they turned 16 and had an hourly clock in job.
Right. Right.
If that's the path that you follow in an American dream of life, by the time you're 35, you done went through $1 million.
Right. Okay.
And people look at you crazy when you say that, because black folks' first terrible lesson in the world is they don't understand the laws of averages.
Right. That's the first one. Okay. Listen to this. And I know we did this a long time ago, and this hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings because I was like, bitch, you have got to be damn crazy. I want all of you, I'm gonna give y'all a homework assignment. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all a homework assignment. I want you, for those of you who are renters, okay, those of you who are renters, I want you to look at the place that you're living in now. And I want you to do the math. Take whatever it is that you rented, whatever your rent is, multiply that times 12. Okay? Because that's going to tell you how much money you spend in a year just for your living expenses. Then I want you to take the sum. When you hit equal, okay, I want you to hit that. Take that number that you have out the equal, multiply that times 30. Okay? And what you have done is that's going to tell you how much your house is and how much you're going to pay, because a mortgage is 30 years or less. Okay, and you're renting that and you get nothing. All that money go to the landlord. You have nothing to show for it. And when they're ready to get rid of your ass, you gone and the property is still theirs. Now I had that wake up call just about a year and a half.
All right, give me that equation one more time.
Take what you rent.
Okay, times 12.
Times 12.
Equals, all right.
Okay, now take that number and go times 30.
Okay.
That's how much your house is at the current price.
So you telling me because I'm black and they make so much harder for black people to not have shit, that I can actually afford a $300,000 house?
Damn.
And that's me knocking money off for what I spent. That's me knocking it way down. But I'm taking $300,000 out of it. That's saying I can afford to pay for a $300,000 house and be just comfortable.
Bam.
And it's mine.
Bam. How about that?
But you gonna tell me that I don't qualify?
That you don't qualify. Exactly. And look at those who are on Section 8. Look at those who are on fixed incomes and things of that nature. Look at that. Okay.
But you're gonna tell them they don't qualify.
But you're gonna tell them they don't qualify and this, that, and the other, and carrying on. Because I thought about that right before I moved here to Atlanta. Y'all know I'm from Detroit. They had built these brand new right up the street from my old apartment, right?
Right.
They built these damn condos and townhouses and stuff, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How many times did y'all go through somewhere and you see the sign, and it says starting in the 140s, $140,000. Okay, that's how much it costs, right? But all you hear is 140,000 or 250,000, or like Marlon said, 485,000. All you hear is that price. Okay, you're not looking at that's going to be the price over time. Okay, so when I did the math, because I'm like, wait a minute, what's $144,000? Okay, and that's how I take your rent, whatever it is that you're paying, multiply that by 12. That's going to tell you what you pay a year. Okay, how many of y'all have sat down there and realized that that kind of money that went through your motherfucking hands in a year, you ain't even noticed? And that's not counting the late fees or whatever for those of y'all who end up late and had to pay late fees. Just pay your rent. And then what you did for the year, now times that times 30, because of a mortgage is over 30 years. That's how you know you can afford what you're doing at this particular place now.
But that's what I'm not understanding. Why does the United States allow a person to look you in the face and say, you can stay here and pay, say like you can stay in this house, hypothetically, okay, I'm going to guess. So you can stay in a home A. You can rent the home A. We get, so you go through hell and high water because you got to make 3 times what they're asking for and all that crazy shit. So you get in there and they tell you qualify to rent this place, right?
Yeah, right.
But they never qualify you to buy your own. So you could stay here 30 years renting and give them $500,000. All you ever wanted was a $250,000 house.
Right.
Why does the United States allow that to happen to people?
Because at this particular point, see, that there is how they stay in power. That there is how to keep is for the have. This is all about the have and the have-nots. As long as a landlord take a little Carlton sheets or whatever these little flip a house little shit that you see on the infomercials, okay, to try to tell you real estate is the way to go. You need to get into real estate and blah 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 blah. As long as they have those particular classes, and folks think they could get rich. Oh, I could buy a house with somebody else's money kind of shit. All it is about flipping a damn house. They're not telling you how to buy the land and this, that, and the other. It is not about acquiring. This is all about them trying to get your money. Everything is designed on how to get your money away from you quickly. And if you don't understand economy, if you don't understand or don't want to take the responsibility of being a homeowner, because see, just like you were saying, you get all that in their insurance. If you get a house and if you qualify for this amount of, for your loan.
But I'm saying this is what I'm trying to say. The person let's say a person right now is renting a house. Okay. The average 2-3 bedroom apartment over there where you at is about what, $1,200, right?
The average, go 15 because they don't went up. They're trying to do 1,500.
Okay, but see, that's what I'm talking about. Meech, you telling me I qualify, right? Let's say a tenant over there that's paying $1,500 a month. Okay, so that $1,500 times 12 months in a year, he paying $18,000.
Boom.
And you take $18,000 and multiply it by 30.
By 30.
You pay $540,000, and all you ever had to do was qualify him for his own home, and you could have sold him a $250,000 house, made $60,000-$70,000 off of him with interest and all the rest of that doggone thing, and he the motherfucker been a homeowner. Tell me how to come on, bro.
Baby, wait a minute. And that there, when you look at it from that particular standpoint, that's it blew my mind. Let me show y'all something because I'm gonna do it for y'all right now. Okay?
Because in a perfect world, you could give this person right here, look at this number. In a perfect world, you can get that same person a $500,000 home and make you $40,000 off that person.
See?
But exactly. You're so greedy.
Exactly. I'm going to go. Oh, she said that's called suppression. I like that. Okay, I like that. Gotta have insurance or you can't even get the loan, honey. Flipping houses isn't that easy because it still takes money. Exactly. Okay.
Oh yeah, they sell that business and that program to you. They sell it to you like a used car salesman, leaving out all the details.
Right. at the time when I first got into this place, because I've been, I tell y'all this, I've been living in this same apartment for 13 years. Okay? 13 years. Okay.
The sad thing, when they charge you for rent, you can get a nice home for half of what you're paying for rent on a mortgage.
Exactly. Now, let's do it. I'm going to do this at the time that I started to realize what was going on. And let's see, I'm gonna do this at the $700 price point, because I'm at $841 right now. So they went up $40, and then before that they went up another 40. So yeah, okay, let me take that down to $780. Okay. And I was paying that $780 a month. Okay. Now, I said times that times 12. Okay. That's $9,360 a year. Now, I've already been in this motherfucker for 13.
Right.
All right.
That's over $300,000 in 30 years.
Yeah, because right now that's already $121,680 that these children have got from me already over time. Okay, that's not counting the late fees. Because if I add the late fees, because I did this, we had to do that one time. When they told me, "Oh, Mr. Taylor, you've been late like 27 times." Okay. I said, so okay, 27 times. That means that there was 2 years out of the 10, because at the time I was here 10 years. I said, out of the 10 years that I've been here, so 2 of those years I was late. But you never sent me to court. I paid you the late fee. And at that time, the late fee was $125. Okay. So
which is another problem.
So that's 125.
That's another problem right there. They don't put no cap on that.
Right.
But you'll tell me I gotta do 3 times the rent in order to qualify to be in your place. But then you have the audacity to charge me money that I can't afford.
Exactly. That's another $3,000 in late fees. So you said that's plus 121,680. So that's $124,680 that these children got up out of me thus far. And I'm still renting up in here. And at any given time, that if I don't renew my lease or y'all get a hair up your ass, I'm shit out of luck. Because y'all can come up here and put me out this bitch, and I have nothing after all this money y'all got from me. Have no leverage. None. And that there is something that folks don't understand. And then when you look at it and talk about, so I done paid $124,000 for this.
And that's why I tell people the best thing, you know what I'm saying, everybody should frown and everything because they look at the outside rules and regulations of things, but they don't look into the inside.
Right.
I tell people all the time, they got 2 things that's like apartments that's real nice. It's condos, and then they got a thing called co-ops. Both of those have security of where your money goes into escrow.
Okay.
Both of those have security to where your money makes sense. Like in a co-op, ain't nobody just gonna say, "Hey, well, you got to go." No, you can't do that.
Okay.
Because you buying into the community with your money you pay every month.
Boom. Okay. Yes.
Bro, you know what? I got to switch up computer because I need to get close to my medicine. Because, see, that's why I cheer when white folks get knocked out. I got issues, bro. It's irritating me because I just watch so many people that I know can afford homes, and they make it so hard.
Right. And see, right now, even for me, because Marlon said, get a house, bro. And I am. This year, I'm committed to doing the work of becoming a homeowner. Okay. I'm broke, because the money that I had in all that I used that to bury my mama, carrying on. So we're starting completely from zero. All right. Now I don't know the steps of carrying on. All I know is I have a broker, a real estate agent rather, and she said, okay, let's start to find you some lenders. I talked to 2 different people. One person ain't called me back yet. The other person, we went through the steps or whatever. I got my credit to where I end up paying off the little do-I-diddy thing that was holding me off, the Quest diagnostic. That was just $300. So I paid that off. They removed the thing off my credit, right? So it took me up. On my Equifax, I'm at a 711. Okay. On my TransUnion, I'm at a 693. My FICO score says 683. Okay. So I'm like, okay, good. Because she said, well, usually they look at if you're over 650. Okay. Fabulous. Well, now I'm sitting up there waiting on them because I'm texting her. I'm like, okay, I'm what's the next step? And we finally talked. And she says to me, oh, I'm sorry, there was a miscommunication, because she did tell me, like in-kind gifts and carrying on so that we can get this together. And so it's all about the down payment because I need 3%. Okay. And the house
that's through a traditional loan.
Right. The house I was looking at, which is under contract right now. That don't mean that they bought it, but it's under contract. Was 150. No, it was 170. So at 3%, that's 5,000 or 7,000 that I need in the kitty. If I was, and we talked about this, she said, if I were to do this all on my own, to have down payment, closing costs, and et cetera, that I would need about $12,000 to $15,000 in the kitty.
Right.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, ooh, okay. Where the hell we gonna get this kind of money from? And it's like, all right. So now it becomes, okay, what do we do? What do we do? And what made me decide to go into home ownership is because trying to find a place to go rent, the rent is fucking ridiculous. Rent is ridiculous. Over here in this motherfucking area that I'm in, okay, these children, if it's anything under $1,000, the neighborhood is crappy.
Another thing, who the hell? That's what I'm saying. The government want to be bothered with everything to bring you down, but nothing to doggone hold you down or lift you up. Because I don't care what nobody say. A 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment should never be over $700 in the United States.
Exactly.
How you gonna allow somebody to take that size apartment and stretch it to $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and you won't raise the doggone bar on the wages in America?
Exactly.
But you want them to doggone qualify for this stuff. How am I going to qualify if you keep elevating your doggone rent and the economy is not elevating my pay?
Exactly. Okay.
Something ain't making no sense.
Exactly. Okay. And that there is where we are. So when I started seeing that, I was like, baby, wait a minute. You want $2,500 a month for rent for this house because it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? $2,500. Where in God's name for rent? And it's not even rent to own. Is what? I just looked him up. Dr. Marla said, honey, I only went through a black lender, CMG Mortgage. I just looked them up. They have one here in Atlanta. Allison McCartan is her name. I'm gonna see what they're about. Okay, I'm gonna see what they're about, because if this is a black-owned company, you know, I'm trying to stay as black as possible, you know, with this, um, so that we can do this. You know what I'm saying? But Chad, this here is not making any sense when you look at it from that particular standpoint. Then, of course, moving in, you got to pay the application fee. They want you, like you said, Red. They want you to have um uh 3 times the rent as your salary. Your monthly salary has to be 3 times what the rent is.
If ain't nobody paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, then how the hell are you expecting to rent your property?
Right, right. At $2,500 rent, they want you to have an income of $7,500 a month.
Where, Sway?
$7,500 a month.
Where in the hell are you making $7,500 a month and you renting?
And you rent, my point, and you renting. Okay, $7,500 means that you are making $90,000 a year.
That's ridiculous. And nobody even talking to you. They're talking to doggone real estate brokers and agents.
Okay.
They're not talking to your ass at the front office.
Right. So if a person is making $7,500 a month, they owners. Exactly, darling. Exactly. 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 Okay. Because I want to get into the space. I'm um um
Damn.
Just very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's move on, honey. Let's move on, because we I want to go here because it's going to be to the alphabet children. I was going to do a big meech moment about this. Okay. Say that again. She said, our world is ridiculous and should be ashamed. Okay. Good night, baby. Good night. I'm going to talk to the alphabet children just for a minute. I'm only going to play 2 minutes of this. I should have cut it out. I should have cut the part that I want to play. Okay. But I'm going to play this like this so that you can get it. But I want y'all to hear this, because alphabet children, I swear to you, if I was on this particular program, I'd have read this heifer for filth. Okay, I'd have read them for filth. And the reason being is because I know Brother Umar Johnson, honey, is not the most enlightened brothers when it comes down to our community. However, I will applaud him for wanting to sit down and speak with us. Okay, I've had him on my show, and quite frankly, it's time for him to come back. Okay, and especially after this clip, I really want him back. But let me share this, because when you hear it, I was only in it for 2 minutes and I had to stop. It took me like 3 days to get over this, because I was like, what the hell is happening? Okay. Now I want y'all to listen to this.
With the Malcolm X photo?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right. Are you homosexual, bisexual, trans woman, or heterosexual?
Yo, your question, and I know your intentions is to not be disrespectful. So as somebody in the community, I will say
somebody in what community?
In the queer community, that
okay.
Your approach is a bit harsh in terms of your language.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, because I'm here to be educated, my brother. For sure. Okay, I'm here to be educated, and we're here to educate you guys as well. And of course, we all coming in the spirit of respect. Now, when I ask people if they are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered, or heterosexual. I'm asking that so I can understand their personal frame of reference. So, for example, last night's conversation was about light skin supremacy and dark skin supremacy in the Black community. So everyone who came on, I asked them, are you light skin, brown skin, dark skin, or mixed race? So I need you to explain to me, my brother, when I ask you, are you homosexual, bisexual, trans woman, or heterosexual, why is that considered harsh?
Because that language is for you. I said I'm in the queer community. So
okay, so how does, and again, I want you to educate me. You're in the queer community. How does queer differ from homosexual, bisexual, trans woman? Queer means what? Educate me.
Just in the community. I have to sit down and make sure trying to talk political. So I'm trying to talk politics too.
Okay. Well, tell me what it means to you to be queer. Because when you say you're queer, you're saying that you're not. Are you saying that you are or you are not homosexual, bisexual, or trans woman? When you say
queer, I'm not straight.
Okay, you're not straight. Stay with me. Okay, because I'm learning. You're not. Stay with me.
I am.
Okay, you're not straight. I got that part. You're not homosexual either. Is that correct?
Yeah, see, that's where it's funny because I'm sure when you say homosexual, you're talking about two cis men, right? Two gay men.
No. When I say homosexual, for me, a man having romantic interactions with another man is homosexuality. So you do not have relations with other men.
No, I don't.
Okay, so you're not homosexual. So which automatically means you can't be bisexual, right? Because if you don't have relations with men, you're not bisexual either. You're not a trans woman. So help me out, my brother. You see me trying to get some clarity from you. What does queer mean? That means your sex is what? What do you do? What is queer? We're trying to learn from y'all now. Y'all can't get upset at us, and we're trying to understand you. What is queer?
Yeah, so you're trying to understand, right?
Queer, yes. What does queer? You said you're queer. What does...
You're trying to understand what I do in the bedroom or what my political ideology is?
Both. What does queer mean?
Okay, I had to stop it right there because I'm sick of it. Okay. God damn it. That was 3 minutes and 18 fucking seconds to try to answer this damn question about what the hell is queer. And then this motherfucker goes off. And now we are in this whole idea of play on words and got to be, oh, your language is this, your language is that. I'm in the car howling. I done sat up there, I damn near threw my phone through the windshield. I was like, bitch, if you don't answer this goddamn question, do you have an answer for the question? The question was simple. Which part of the goddamn LGBTQIA do you exist? Oh, your language. Okay, I'm queer. What does that mean? Okay, so now we done got very basic. What do you do in the bedroom? Because I'm trying to get this for clarity's sake. Okay, now we got to go through this whole psychology of what the fuck it is, where my political views, or are you talking about what I do romantically, and yada 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 yada. See, that's the kind of shit right there that in any other time period, honey, that warrants an ass whooping. Okay, I'm just gonna be quite frank about it. Here we are having conversation with someone who is not the easiest to converse with on this particular subject, because he's coming in already headstrong about it being wrong. It's something he does not support, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay? Traditional thinking at its finest. All right? Now he didn't open up the platform to where now he's giving us the opportunity Say, okay, educate me about your community and carrying on, because the bigger conversation was, how is it that the Black LGBT community, where do we fit, in the alphabet spectrum and carrying on, okay? And all of that, because of, y'all have heard me say this before, that most times, our Black counterparts or our Black community feels as though the Black alphabet children always lead with alphabet shit first and not being Black. And yet, so the whole idea is, where are you on the spectrum, okay, with the whole alphabet thing and blah, 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 okay? But you see, that was 3 minutes of round robin, because you can't even tell me what the fuck it is that you do in the bed. That was a direct question versus saying, I don't talk about my sex life, which could have shut that down. Okay. Now, this particular interview, or this particular segment of it, because this is just a piece, is about 30 minutes long, because there's a second caller that called in later, okay, who gave the same bullshit kind of doopity-doop-doop. Okay, why? Why must we have all of this fucking pageantry when it comes down to trying to answer a question, or when it comes down to us being in the position that we say that we want? We keep saying that we want the straight children to come to us to ask us questions, to blah, blah, blah. We claim that we want to educate. We claim, you understand? We claim that we want, we're trying to create allies and this, that, and the other. Do we? How do we create an ally when you're constantly on the boat of confusion? You're constantly there. That child there is up saying that she's identified as queer, okay? Now, of course, they get on the what were you born? And then this child wants to sit down here, what gender assignment is this, and this, and it's not as simple as male and female when one is born, and blah, blah, blah. So now, instead of you getting just down to it, your ass is giving us a fucking soliloquy on what it means to have gender and you wonder why we go through changes with our hetero counterparts. Is this kind of shit right here. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I was so hoping that I could have been able to call in on that show, or at least found out who that person was, because I want to invite that same person here. I don't have time for all this political shit. And then now we're sitting up here, we're using 16-syllable words and carrying on, which I don't mind. I love that. At the same time, I need for it to make sense. Because now we talk about the political ideology, orientation, and sexual demonstration and this, that, and that, just getting all off into all of this and the paradigm shift of this and blah, 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 got too fucking technical. Now you sit up here sounding like a textbook and don't need to. When the man just simply said, okay, listen, if it's not black and white and we got gray areas, I'm trying to learn what the gray area is. If you say you got color over here, you're throwing rainbow flags. What in the hell is the rainbow on this spectrum? And yet we sit down here and wonder, how come, we constantly are fighting when our hetero allies are saying, you pushing this down our throats. We're trying to fight for decent programming with gay characters because, that reflects the world that we live in. And yet folks can't get by the fact of, well, why did you do this? And why did you buy this? And no. Okay. My whole thing is, if we learn how to simplify this shit, y'all new girls, and I'm taking that this baby young. I'm hoping that this baby young Okay. Because now we have language. Okay. We have, we got transgender. We have the LGBTQIA, because everybody forget the second Q. Okay. It's queer and questioning. That's what the Q stands for. Queer and questioning. Okay. Which means that, hell, you ain't got it all together. I like this one day. I like this the next day or whatever. I don't know if I'm bi or not. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, so that's what one of the Q's is. The other Q, being queer, is just that, honey. I don't fit into any gender norms or whatever. I may feel like a woman today. I'm mild and I'm mature. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Okay. Okay. So it becomes this whole big old drawn out old thing about nothing. About absolutely nothing. You understand? And so if I can find that child, I'm gonna invite her here. Okay, or him here, because here's the other thing. He identifies and wanted to be called, his pronouns wanted to be he, okay. And things of that nature. Now his assignment at birth was female. Okay. And et cetera, et cetera. So that there is where we are in the world today, child. I had to get that up off of me because that was just bothering me. Who the fuck do you think that you are going to give all this technical shit and then want to get mad because the facilitator's like, okay, wait a minute. No, we don't need to know all that. Okay, you think you coming out here being mahogany and free on the beach. No, that doesn't work. No. So we got to do better, children. We got to do better. Better, not bitter. Better, not bitter. Better, not bitter. You understand? So listen, on that note, sweethearts, let me let you guys go. Because I've got to get ready for the photo shoot tomorrow. We're doing a dishing tea photo shoot. So that we can have some fresh pictures and things for you. And all of that, honey. And I told y'all this wine is kicking in, right? But oh shit. This wine is making my eyes droopy. So I don't want to necessarily fall asleep on you. Okay, Red said he done got sick. Okay, let me end this so I can call him so I can find out what's going on with him. Oh Lord, I don't have to go out here to this. Okay, to the hospital. So you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished and you've been dishing tea, darlings. With Big Meats, honey. If you love us, like, subscribe, share, tell all of your friends to do the same, honey. But if you hate us, you can pass this along to your enemy and tell your enemy to like, subscribe, and to share. Okay, and you can tell every last one of them, honey, all of your motherfucking enemies. Tell them all, honey, to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, we're doing this thing, honey. This here is it. I'm your captain over here, Big Meats. In the absence of Aunt Nick and Big Red, honey, we're gonna send you off. Wait a minute, where's my brand? So I can have the ending credits or whatever. Where is it? See, God humbles me. I tell y'all, God humbles me, honey. Every time I'm trying to be cute with the little doo-wop, honey. Okay, trying to be cute with the doo-wop, did he? Where is it? Okay. I done bypassed it twice. There it is. All right. So, my darlings, honey, let me let you guys go. And we will see you the next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Or should I say T channel? Same tea time, same tea channel. Okay. On that note, honey, woohoo! And And, whew, sing, darling, sing.